Jack, you're sat here today as manager of Luton Town. How good does that feel?
It feels amazing. I think the first thing that I want people to know is it's an absolute honour to be here, to represent this club, to represent the people, the fans, the players, the staff at the club, all you guys. It is a real honour, and obviously it's extra special with being Luton with me as well. But yeah, I'm so honoured to be here.
Talk to me about this process over the last few days and meeting Gary and the board and everyone.
Yeah, it's been a really good process, and I think a process that has probably helped both of us, me and Gary in particular. I think because the process has been so clear, and I understood straight away what they were looking for. I think over the week we built a relationship, and I made it clear what I see and what I think, and we were all aligned with that. So that's always a good starting place. Now it's about we have to get to work, and we have to win some games and try and get some confidence back into the club, into the boys, and yeah, everyone's aligned with that, so we're ready to go. You're
a local lad and you know the town well, you live locally. So how does that feel for you coming back to this area that you just know so well?
Coming back to the area, I never really left the area. My family still live in Hitchin. I was born and bred in Hitchin, only 9 miles from here. I obviously had a 2-year spell in the academy here, which set me up to give me the opportunity and the potential to go to Arsenal and have the career I did. So I've always been in touch. I've always been grateful to this club, and always kept my eye on this club as well. And I think as well, what attracted me was that as well, but also the journey that this club has been on the last 5-6 years, and the ups and the downs. Like, it tells me that there's some serious people here that want to win, that want to climb the leagues, that are ambitious, and that suits everything that I'm about. So I'm really excited.
And a few years ago, you trained with us over the summer to try and win yourself a contract. So you know a few of the lads from that as well. But talk to me about that experience.
Yeah, I think again, there's not many clubs, in my opinion, that invite ex-players, and I hadn't been there for years, but they invite ex-players back because there's only some clubs that do that, and this is one of them clubs, a family club. And I came back, and a few of the lads were there. Jordan Clark, Cal was there, James Shea. Obviously, I actually known him for a very, very long time. But yeah, coming back, it was interesting because it was good, and I was so grateful for the opportunity. But it was actually quite tough for me because it was probably the moment where I realised, well, I didn't sign because of the intensity, because of the level that Nathan Jones was the coach at the time, that he demanded every day in training that the lads were able to deliver. And I felt there was something special building, and I wanted to be part of it, but I couldn't, my body wouldn't allow me to. So, like, part of that as well is I feel what we needed a little bit back. Of course, since then, Rob's come, and they've had moments where they've been in the Premier League, and all these things that's happened at the club. We have to keep hold of that. As I said, like, there's not many clubs that can go on that journey, and it tells me that there's something special here, and you have to be a family to create that, and hopefully I can fit into that and add something as well.
What do you currently make of the setup and the squad available to you at the Brace?
Yeah, I think I've spent the last week looking intensely at everything. Probably you can only get 80% of that done without actually going, speaking to the players, feeling the environment, feeling the group. But yeah, I think we've got a lot of quality. I think we've got enough quality to get out of this league. I think we've got enough quality to compete in the Championship next year. And there's obviously some things that we have to get right really early, and get the energy, get the belief, get the unity back, and really try and, especially when we're at home at Kenilworth Road, like, use the energy, use this amazing old stadium that has so much tradition, so much history. And the beautiful thing as well about the squad is you have players who have been on that journey. Cal, as I spoke about, Jordan, who I spoke about, and they really know what that is. And it's important for me that I can tap into that and understand what that is.
And looking back to the end of last season, stepping in an interim charge at Norwich for a couple of games, what do you think you learned from that you brought to to this current day?
Yeah, I think not just that, not just the 2 games. The 2 games was amazing, and if anything, it probably gave me the belief that I can do it, and I was ready to do it. But my whole time at Norwich, and even before that, when I first stepped into the 18s dressing room at Arsenal, and I wanted to coach, and I thought about coaching and the way I want to do it, I quickly realised that this is something that I'm going to have to improve at, and I'm going to have to throw myself into, and I did. I worked tirelessly every day. I got on my pro license, and I've been on a really amazing journey. And then, of course, and I always said when I was there, I don't want to take the step to first team until I feel like I'm absolutely ready. Norwich gave me an opportunity to go, be a first team coach, get around first team players, feel what it's like to win, and because the academy was amazing, but everyone knows that it's not really about winning. So actually then going to Norwich and feeling that and experiencing that is probably why I'm sat here today. I wouldn't have been here if I'd just been with the 18s. I felt like I needed that, and then the 2 games at the end really gave me that belief, and yeah, excited for this one now.
The environment's always key at the training ground, isn't it? And I'm sure that's something that you're looking to bring in to really cement that environment.
Listen, I always say, like, when I was a player, you know, I've got friends now that in the game that was a masseur, that was a chef, that was a nutritionist, and like these people are around the players every single day. The players trust them. It's my job is to understand the people at the training ground, is to build relationships with them, and try and add something as well.
What can Luton fans expect from a Jack Wilshere team then?
Well, naturally, everyone probably thinks that I like playing with the ball, and I do. I was a player who liked playing with the ball. But before any of that, we have to, you know, it's an old saying in football, but I love it. My coaches used to say it's earned the right, and we have to compete. We have to win duels. We have to fight. We have to show that togetherness. The fans have to look at us and know that we are giving absolutely everything, which we will be. And then, yeah, once we build that and we build belief and we build confidence, we'll try and create something where we have a little bit more control in possession, be a little bit more aggressive on the front foot, especially at home. But yeah, there's work to be done before we get there.
So now it's a busy day for you today, but what does the rest of the week look like in the build-up to your first game in charge?
Yeah, so of course there's international break still, so I'll meet some of the players today, not everyone. And yeah, on Thursday when everyone's back, we'll get to work, we'll get preparing for Mansfield. Big part of what I want the players to enjoy everything. I want them to enjoy training. I feel like whenever I've been coached by someone, it was the enjoyment that I felt, and that naturally then creates a competitive environment. And that's what we need to do from the start, because we need to make sure that when Saturday comes and when every week comes, that there's not a button we press on a Saturday morning. It's in the week, it's in our behaviours, and we can compete from the start.
And your first game in charge here on Saturday, you must be already buzzing for it, but what would your message to the fans be ahead of that game?
Listen, the fans and Luton fans have always been nice to me, always been good to me, and the fans are so important. And listen, my message to the players will be that. My message will be, we need to get the fans on board, we need to get the fans believing in us, the fans need to see our energy, and we'll try and create that for them, and hopefully they can see that in us and they'll give us that energy. Energy is transmitted. If we can transmit energy to them, they can transmit energy to us. We can create something, especially here at home where we become hard to play against.